Dr. Mark Changizi here with your Science Moment. Today I'm going to talk about the sound of falling objects. So in cartoons, what sound do objects make when they're falling? Right? They go. So now we tend to use, as a strong sort of association, perceptual association, we associate higher pitch with higher up and lower pitch with lower down. Now, you have to ask yourself, why would this even be the case? Why should objects that are high up make higher sounds? It doesn't even make sense. In fact, it really doesn't make sense. This is one of these situations where there is an association, but it's sort of a happenstance association. So one thing that we never experience in life are things that, let's say, start below us and start rising up, from maybe they start from down below and they rise up. And are you going to expect that it's going to start as low and whoop, right? That's what this association would make you expect. But in fact, that's not what happens. The reason that we have the association is because in a situation like that, the object is approaching us, right? It's much higher than us. It's coming towards us and it's passing us. And it's the exact same phenomenon as when cars pass by or trains pass by. It's just the Doppler shift. So it's just, right, going by you, but it happens to be going vertically by you downwards. And so you're falsely associating higher up with higher pitch, but it's not because it's higher up per se, it's just because when it's higher up, it's more directed towards you. And by the time it's at your own level or closer to your level, it's no longer going directly toward you anymore. It's louder, but it's actually now going more past you. It's sort of going in a transverse direction. So if something was coming up from the ground in the same kind of way, but just symmetrically opposite, it would make the same sound. It would go, and then pass you just like a train. It just happened to be going vertically instead. It's just that you don't experience that thing. It's very rare, so you don't end up with that association. So this notion, and it's a very strong one, that higher is higher pitch, and of course it rolls off the tongue because we happen to use pitch. And this is the very reason that we call pitches higher and lower in the first place. But that association is a mere happenstance one. That was your Science Moment. If you're interested in these sorts of auditory illusions, auditory things like this, you can see my earlier book, Harnessed, How Language and Music Mimicked Nature and Transformed Ape to Man. It's about the story of how we came to have language, spoken language, and how we came to have music, and what these things culturally evolved to be like so that we can process them. And I get into all of these sorts of things, and not just the shapes of music and the structures of music, but also the sound, intonation of voice. These are things like if I say to you that I want to go to the store, that sounded very unfinished, right? Go to the store, my pitch went up. That's because when a pitch goes up, it's something that must have been moving and then turned around more towards you, and its pitch is starting to go up. Because it's no longer going away from you, it's going more toward you. That's a new event potentially about to happen. It feels settled when I say, do you want to go to the store? Because I would like to. Now it's passed me by, back at lower pitch. That's a finished conversation. It's a finished event. All of these sorts of things are all connected to one another and are the kinds of things I discuss in Harnessed in my third book. That was your Science Moment.